Record here again. All right, so we are recording, good. So again, thanks for coming. Education is totally the key to learning something new, not only something new, I mean, ENJO is not new at all, but for sure it's a different way of approaching things these days to keep our homes healthy and to keep our world a healthy place. So I am very, very thankful that you're taking the time to come in because this is kind of a leap of faith, right? When someone says, hey, I've got something new, it's kind of a leap of faith to come. So I'm very, very thankful that everybody is here. So I'm Lori Conde. If you don't know me, I am a dental hygienist. I've been a hygienist for 26 years. And as a dental hygienist, I really started to understand that killing bacteria and killing viruses in the mouth is something that we do not do. We do it on our surfaces for sure at the dental office, but inside the mouth, we actually just take very tiny engineered instruments and we mechanically remove bacteria and viruses and compost. I call it compost because food plus spit and a warm, moist spot in the mouth is just compost. So we're pulling that out. So when I went to an ENJO demonstration, probably close to 13 years ago now, I was very skeptical. I was skeptical because I was really kind of done with everything. I was done with green products. I was done with mixing vinegar and baking soda and smearing it all over my house. My sparkle was gone in the house. So I went back into chemicals and some pretty harsh things actually to get things clean in my house because I was just so done with all the products, yuck, that was all over the house. So when I went to this ENJO demonstration, I was skeptical, but it really kind of blew me away. So tonight I want to just explain the basics of ENJO, how it works, why it works that way, what we're saving when we're using it, and quite honestly, how you can get started very, very simply with ENJO. So ENJO is a company from Austria. We're very proud of that. This company will never move to China, and that's because we're making it ethically and responsibly. We're a neutral carbon footprint. We're made from waste. We take waste and we make this product. These engineered fibers, they're all made in the small town of Rellberg or within, I think it's about 100 kilometers of that town. The only thing that's not made in Austria is our water bottle, and it comes from Italy. So the quality of Austria is there. It is made so that it actually meets ENJOtex Fibres certification. So I want you to Google that, ENJOtex. If you've never Googled that before, it is the highest certification with textiles available out there. It means that it is a very high quality, not only that, but it is made ethically and responsibly. ENJO lasts probably about 3 to 5 years, depending on daily use and how often you're using it. And we are cleaning everything from barbecues to floors to pets to skin, so that we are cleaning 6 times better than what's out there, any traditional chemicals that are out there on the market. So I'm just going to back my chair up a little bit here. So how does it work? Well, I'm just going to add someone here. So how does ENJO work? Well, I always compare it to what we're currently using at home. So during times like this pandemic time, we are inundated with commercials with all these antiseptic and disinfecting, mostly wipes actually. I see a lot of spraying going on. And as a dental professional, we haven't sprayed a chemical in our office in probably 8 to 10 years. And the reason for that is because when you spray something in the air, it dissipates and you breathe it in. So spraying something for sure is a massive no-no unless it's water, which is what ENJO does. So when we talk about ENJO and how it works, we're going to compare it to the products that we're currently using. So products can range anywhere from baking soda and vinegar to green products to oils to scrubbing bubbles, to Lysol, all of those things are products. So what that means is that you have to put your product on your surface and let it sit long enough to kill whatever you're trying to kill, or sit long enough to clean whatever's on your surface for a certain amount of time. Now, the key to this is that 98% of the surfaces in our home have all these little micropores. So 2% of the surfaces in our home are flat. They call them hard, non-porous surfaces. And if you look on the back of a lot of the products that you've got in your home and start to read the label, somewhere in that first paragraph, it's going to say, for use on hard, non-porous surfaces. So that is 2% of the home. That's probably about your windows. And why people want to disinfect and sanitize windows is beyond me. But the rest of our surfaces in our home are porous. They have these little tiny pores in them. So let's say we're going to use the product or the chemical on our porous surface anyway, because everyone is doing this because we're not reading the label. So let's say we're going to do that anyway. So we take a Lysol wipe and we pour it on, or we smear it on. I'm just going to add someone else here. We smear it on our surface. We have to let it sit. So right now on the back of the Lysol wipe bottle, it is saying anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes, completely wet on that surface before it will start to kill anything. So now we have product residue go down into those surfaces, and then it says to wash with water. So now we're going to take another cloth. This is another step. We're going to try to pull that product off of our surface. What happens is down in the pores, we're going to leave that product residue. So bacteria will eat anything. In the mouth, it repopulates itself every 24 hours, and we feed it quite well in the mouth. It's moist, it's warm, and there's a lot of food in there, so it will multiply. On the surfaces in our home, your bacteria is not picky with what it eats. It will actually start to eat the product residue, the dead bacteria, the dirt, the grime, the dust mites, everything that's down in there to start to repopulate itself. And what's starting to happen, and they're starting to talk about this in the news. I YouTubed a bunch of stuff last night, and they're talking about the fact that we're creating superbugs in our homes again. And we're creating superbugs because the product residue that they're eating is actually what they're becoming resistant to. So we're pouring these poisons all over our homes, thinking that we're cleaning everything and disinfecting and sanitizing, when all that we're doing is we're leaving product residue for new bacteria to grow and eat and become stronger. So that is product cleaning in a nutshell, and you can see it. I went to clean a couple windows today for a really nice lady. I took our window system, sprayed down her window with water, because ENJO just uses water, and I'll get into that in a second. I took our glove, and the window system, but this glove right here, and I started doing light circular motions across her window. And when you first start using ENJO, what happens is you'll see all this little beading that happens with the water. And it's beading because it's sticking onto product residue that's on windows, which I never thought about before. I used to use a lot of vinegar on windows with a little dish soap. Just put it in, spray it on, push it onto your window. You never wash that off. So you end up pushing it in and pushing it in and pushing it in. So you've got all these layers of product residue on there, and you could see that product residue sitting on the window until I actually did a few more circles with our ENJO fibers. ENJO was pulling it off, and I'll go into that in a second. And then all of a sudden, you couldn't see any water beading on the surface at all. It was spectacular. I wish I could have got a really great picture of it. Even the lady was saying, what is happening to the window? And I said, we're actually cleaning your window now. We're pulling everything off. So that is how ENJO works. So we've got all kinds of ENJOtex fibers. They're so tiny. They're smaller than human hair. There's millions of them on this very large cleaning surface. They're all made differently. And what they do is they actually are engineered to pull, to remove, to pick up any of the dirt, grime, and grease that's on your surface. So let's go back to the 98% of surfaces that have all these little micropores, your porous surfaces in your home. So we're talking about cleaning 100% of your surfaces, not just 2%. So we use cold water with ENJO. And we use cold water because we need a surfactant. Actually, the water just moves things around, And when we're in a lot of dirt and grease, especially in the kitchen, and I'll explain the different colors in a second, the cold water attracts that grease, just like grease gets attracted to your hair and stays in the scalp. Everything's going to get attracted into the skin fiber and goes into the fiber. Okay, so our gloves are actually made extremely smart. They're made so that your hand goes ergonomically correct in there. So instead of grabbing onto a flat cloth, which I used to clean a lot with, my hand is now going like this into our gloves so that I have a massive cleaning surface right now. And then cold water. If you've got too much cold water, you're going to roll your glove and give a little bit of a squish. You can put your water on your surface. You can put your water on your glove, okay, either. And you're going to go over with light circular motions with our ENJOtex fibers. And what they actually do is they just go down into those pores and they just start pulling out everything. So we're not killing anything. We cannot say we sanitize. We can't say we disinfect. Those terms are actually linked to a chemical. So a chemical that is manufactured at a chemical plant can actually say that they're sanitizing or disinfecting if you use it on the right surface in your home, if you use it for the proper amount of time, okay? But what we're doing is actually 6 times better. We are removing all the food for bacteria so that you get bacteria growth that's very, very slow, and you leave no food for anything down in the pores. Everything comes up into the glove, it hangs onto it, and then we have a second step. So we have a flat cloth. This is what we clean with. You can see the thickness of that. And then this is what we dry and shine with. So our flat cloths are super, super duper absorbent. I usually tell people to give it a couple folds. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go over top of that surface and it just draws out the water. So when you do those two things together, our studies are saying that we are 6 times cleaner than anything out there that's traditional cleaning. And I totally understand that because we are physically, mechanically removing things instead of putting poison on, killing, and leaving it on the surface for food for bacteria. So it's as simple as that. There's different zones with ENJO, so you'll see a bunch of different colors sitting behind me. Our bathroom is very different from our kitchen, right? Our kitchen is very different from our living areas, and our floors are very different from our skin. So ENJO even talks about our skin as a zone, which is really kind of crazy and amazing all at the same time. So with our bathroom zone, I'm going to back up. We've only got a few more minutes, so I'm going to talk about the kitchen zone first, because I did bring down a little bit of butter. I've got a really great pot here, and I'm going to smear my butter all over this. And this is what's so crazy about being in a pandemic right now. I would really love to be at a home to show people how this works, but it's not so bad in my little office down here. So I've got some butter on my pan, and I've got my ENJOtex fiber. That's the kitchen one. So not only does it say ENJO made in Austria on our tags, but on the back it will say kitchen. It has your laundry instructions, okay? And then this little water droplet right here is telling me it's open. It's telling me that I'm going to use this with cold water. So I just have cold water in my spray bottle. And it's kind of hard to do this standing up, but here we go. So this is just cold water on the butter, and I've got a little bit on my glove, and all that I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. Now, you'll see it on my glove, and you'll see a bunch of water droplets on my pot, and that's when I'm going to take my drying cloth, and I'm just going to dry behind. So our gloves are really the muscle. They're the cleaning power with ENJO, and our drying cloths are the shine. And when you can do that and not have any greasy film on your pans, it is crazy to be able to go around in a kitchen. I am saving so much time when I've been using ENJO. So I learned a few things actually at my first home demonstration that I went to. I learned that I'm going to save a lot of money. when I use ENJO, and I quite frankly did not think I was going to save a cent. My husband said to me before I left for this home demonstration so many years ago, he said, "You're the cleaning professional, go buy your tools. You clean our house every week, Lori. Go get what you need." So I thought, oh, he's probably right. I am the cleaning professional in this house, and why am I using rags and all kinds of poisons to do this? So I learned that I was going to save a ton of money. Well, the national average Canadian household spends approximately $500 a year in cleaning supplies. You could be less, or you could be a lot more. What that works out to be, though, as an average, is about $1,500 a year. The entire Clean Home Pack with ENJO, cleaning everything in your home, including your floor system, is just under $800 for 3 years. So I thought after using this for the first week, for sure, I was saving a ton of money. The other thing that I was saving was my time. So our time here at our farm is very, very valuable. And if I don't have to pay a cleaning professional, I love them all, but if I don't have to pay a cleaning professional to come in to clean my home, if I can clean it in half the time, I am saving a ton of money. The other thing that I learned is that I was going to help my environment. And for sure, you're going to help your environment. I really didn't care about our environment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I took my grocery bags to the grocery store. I did all the recycling that I could. But I really didn't think that as a human being, as a little person on a farm in rural Ontario, that I could really do anything myself to help our environment. Well, after using ENJO for the last 12 years, I mean, I've been cleaning zero waste for 12, 13 years now. I was cleaning zero waste before zero waste was a thing. I didn't even know about it. So what that means is there's no paper towels. I'm not buying any plastic bottles. I'm not buying any cleaners, no carpet cleaners, no barbecue cleaners, no car cleaners, no toners, no cleansers, no makeup removers, nothing with ENJO. It all really tones down to just using water and fibers in your home. The other thing that I talked about is I found out that I was very quickly that I would save my time. Time is huge for a savings, and for sure we're going to save our health, and that was a no-brainer for me. I actually purchased ENJO so long ago because remember when I knew I was doing something really not so good for myself when I was in all those chemicals. But the second reason was that I could not teach my children how to properly clean our bathroom without putting them in harm's way. I was using 5 different products in our bathroom. I would put myself through it with the window open and the fan going. You've all done it, running out, trying to get your breath before you come back in to finish the cleaning. But I would not put my children through it. So those are some massive savings with ENJO. So let's just go over one of the zones here, and then I'll go over washing it pretty quickly. And then we'll call it a night, and then I'll get some questions answered. So our kitchen zone and most of our zones actually come with a very large glove to do all your big jobs. All the ENJO that you see here, it's cold water that you're going to put on it, so you're not buying any other crazy things. You can wet the entire glove or just wet a little bit, and like I said, just make sure that you roll and do a little squeeze before you start cleaning. So I use the glove for all the big jobs. So cleaning your refrigerator, outside, inside, stainless steel, your oven, your microwave, your countertops, inside the oven. And if you need to do that, please private message me. There's a little tricky way to do it. It's very simple, but it just takes a little bit of a trick to do it, a little bit of time. Our kitchen zone comes with a scrub. So this is the same fiber on the one side, and the fiber with the little suns, and the darker the fiber, the stronger the fiber. Now on the back, most people think that this side is the strongest fiber because these are our little scrub actions in here. And actually, if you're in a lot of dirt and grease, you want the ENJOtex fiber out for sure. Okay. I was a little afraid of sponges at first because I don't like mold growing in anything. And the sponge that's inside here, it comes from marine seeding, so boat seeding. So there's no molding going on with that. And then it comes with 2 little dishcloths. So I love these for cleaning up wooden tables, wooden cupboards. These are great. I love them for washing my dishes. They're really awesome to roll like this and go down into water bottles and twist. And where the fiber touches, it's going to be cleaning the outside of it. Now, you can actually take your ENJO and you can do your dishes with cold water, no soap, because it's the fiber that does the job, not the soap that goes in it. Or you can get your carbon footprint down, and you can put about this much warm water and a little tiny bit of our washing up liquid, or orange blossom washing up liquid in there, if you prefer to do something without cold water. But for sure, when you're cleaning your kitchen, everything in the kitchen gets cleaned with cold water and no soap. And then we've got an amazing drying cloth. So you get a drying cloth with all of the zones, and the zones are really great. They're about $1 a week to ENJO your entire home. I'm talking bathrooms or all your living area, inside your car, your kitchen, your floors, your skin. ENJO also does a 2-zone special. That's about $2 a week to ENJO 2 zones out of these 3, or they do an entire clean home pack that is on sale right now for about $50 off. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Let's talk washing our ENJO though, very, very quickly. So ENJO pulls everything out, everything into the fiber. When your ENJO is dirty, you need to wash it. So just like you wash your hair, you're going to wash your ENJO with hot soapy water. What kind of soap? Well, to be truthful, you can use any soap you want. Please make sure that it has no fabric softener, no bleach, and no oils, no heavy oils in the soap. I recommend the ENJO soaps. We have soaps because we're made, again, at a neutral carbon footprint. This is all plant-based, which is amazing. And this will not hurt my septic system, or if you're in the city, you won't actually be contributing to anything going into the waterways that the municipality has to really detoxify down in the waterways. So our laundry liquid is pretty incredible. This is 60 loads of laundry for me. This is 300 mils of laundry liquid, and right now you actually get it free if you purchase $150 with ENJO. So tuck that in the back of your mind. The laundry liquid is really amazing. You can dose it anywhere from ½ teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. So you're going to put your ENJO, you can wash it in the washing machine with your laundry liquid, or you can also hand wash your ENJO if you want. And for hand washing, we've got what's called an orange blossom washing up liquid. It's a really good degreasing soap, although all plant-based, all natural again. And this is what I use also to kind of do my dishes. I also use this as a pre-treat for my laundry. So this soap is really, really great. But you can hand wash, or you can machine wash with ENJO. And then when it comes out of your machine, ENJO has all these really great big massive tags that you can hang them outside in the sun, or in the wintertime, everything's hung up in my laundry room so that we're drying thoroughly between our uses. So when your ENJO is dirty, you're going to wash it, and then away you go again. Okay, how do we do for time? Oh my goodness, it's 9:30. So I have really kept your attention. I'm hoping everyone is still there for a half an hour. If you feel like this is something that you would like to get into, ENJO ships directly to homes. For $8.95. It is a flat rate, so you can purchase 2 of the makeup removers for $22, and it's $8.95, or you can get the clean home pack with everything, and it's $8.95. All that we need to order is your address and email, because you get a receipt and tracking number sent to your email, and then you just need to tell me what you want to clean. Just say, Lori, I'm so sick and tired of all the chemicals in my bathroom. Can we get rid of them? And I'm going to say, you betcha you can. You need the bathroom zone. So I will put up a few prices. I'm actually going to have a little bit of a draw tonight as well. So thank you for sticking with me to the very end. So if you can private message me that you were here, because it's really difficult for me to see everybody on there, I'm going to put you in a little draw. And I think I'm going to do a gift certificate so that you can put some more money into your ENJO so you can have something to take off. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the recording. Again, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you being educated and here for tonight. And I'll take some questions when we're off here.